Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA video, we're going to be taking a first look at the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy, the definitive edition. Rockstar has created a brand new website for this game that's going to be coming out shortly on November 11th. We talked about some of those details in a video I did earlier in the day. Well, Rockstar have given us more information on this entire dedicated website to the Trilogy titles. So we're going to be going over everything on the site today, which includes new screenshots and a look at some of the improvements, enhancements that are going on as well. So they start by saying this, which we know is the description of the game. 3 iconic cities, 3 epic stories, play the genre-defining classics of the original Grand Theft Auto trilogy, GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas, updated for a new generation now with across-the-board enhancements, including brilliant new lighting and environmental upgrades, with high-resolution textures, increased draw distances, Grand Theft Auto 5 style controls and targeting, and much more, bringing these beloved worlds to life with all new levels of detail. And on the right-hand side of the screen, you can see our 3 brand new characters of Claude, Tommy Vercetti, and CJ, and what they're going to look like. And this has been getting a lot of criticism. A lot of people in the community are not very happy with the way the main characters look, that they almost look like clay models. That might be something we tackle in a future video, is the community's reaction to the graphics of what we've seen so far. But those are what our 3 main characters are going to look like. The iconic 3 right there. That's pretty awesome. Again, Claude, Tommy, and CJ. So that's the first thing they showed off. They also talked about the enhancements that we're going to be getting. So let's start on the left-hand column. So they updated the player experience, making it easier than ever to play these classic games, including GTA 5 style controller layout, improved gunplay and targeting controls with updated drive-by controls in GTA San Andreas. They have updated the weapon and radio station selection wheels. They've updated the mini-maps with enhanced navigation, allowing players to set waypoints to destinations. The ability to immediately restart a failed mission, that's a big one, plus new Rockstar Games Social Club accomplishments for members. So just that left-hand side category right there is amazing. The new controls of GTA 5, that's going to be very familiar to a lot of players because that's what we're used to in Grand Theft Auto now. I like the fact that they're updating the ability to change weapons and select a different radio station. I've also gotten accustomed to the new minimap, and I think we're going to like the navigation, waypoint, and destination features. The ability to immediately restart a failed mission, that is terrific because that was one of the big pet peeves of those older games, is not being able to do that. Moving over to the second column, enhanced visuals with improved graphics and fidelity across all 3 games, including higher resolution textures from characters to weapons, vehicles to road, and much more for greater detail. A completely rebuilt lighting system with enhanced shadows, reflections, and more, improved water and weather effects, enhanced detail in tree and foliage, and increased draw distance to provide a new level of depth and definition. So it seems like Rockstar focused on the big things here as far as upgrading the graphics, characters, weapons, cars, the things you drive cars on, and much more, like the buildings. The lighting system is going to be big with weather and reflections and shadows. You don't want that to look blocky either. Improved water and weather effects. Water is a big part of all 3 of these GTA titles. Same with the trees and the foliage. That's a big part of the world. And one of the biggest one is that increased draw distance. So if you went back and played those older games, you'd notice that the world, the buildings, would like sort of load in as it allowed. That's no longer going to be the case with the increased draw distance. That's going to be a big one, I think. And then on the far right-hand column, it says plus platform-specific features, including 4K resolution with up to 60 FPS performance for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X systems, NVIDIA DLSS support for PC, and touchscreen camera zooming pans and menu selections, as well as gyro aiming for the Nintendo Switch. So you've got some console-specific stuff that is really cool, and for the PC as well. You're also looking at 3 screenshots right there. So those are the new enhancements. And then we get to take a look at some new screenshots of the game, which is very, very cool. Let's start with Grand Theft Auto 3. So it starts with this screenshot right here. We can see our main character, Claude, on the train. And you guys can see there a lot of the enhancements that Rockstar talked about. The water, the lighting, the pedestrians. That's going to be a big part of it too, is will Rockstar be able to populate the world with a lot of pedestrians so that it doesn't seem so empty? And then, of course, the draw distance. You can see how far in the distance you can actually see the buildings and the bridges and whatnot. We get another close-up of our character Claude right here. This is pretty cool. So again, you can see that he is in much higher detail. This is going to be the controversial part, is how these main characters look. A lot of people are either frustrated by that or not happy about it altogether. We've then got this next screenshot right here with the LCPD, which they're setting sort of a roadblock. And with this one, I want you to focus on the lighting, the police lights, and the headlights that are not only shining towards us, but are also shining at the other police car and reflecting. And also the road detail. Like, that's actually a pretty good looking road. I wouldn't say I'd be instantly impressed with that, but that is one thing that I think looks really good. The iconic Banshee that Claude is driving right here, the vehicle detail looks like it was significantly improved. Now, obviously, you're not going to see GTA 5 level quality here or detail. This was a game that was released 20 years ago, but it looks pretty awesome. The fact that that vehicle looks like it is at least a little bit more upgraded. You can see sparks flying in the background, police car chasing him. It's pretty cool right there. You guys can also see that the weapons have gotten significantly upgraded as well. Claude brandishing this flamethrower. And you can also see the building detail in the background. They did a much better job with the buildings. If you go back and play GTA 3, like, every building looks the same and there's like no detail. Like, look at the windows there. You wouldn't think that's a significant thing to look at, but it really does help the world feel more alive. So those are your screenshots from Grand Theft Auto 3. With GTA Vice City, I think the things like lighting and foliage, that's going to be a big part because it obviously takes place in Miami and Vice City. So you're going to see all these neon lights here. You're going to see the palm trees. And immediately we can see just how much better the lighting is here in this first screenshot. So super awesome job by Rockstar. And obviously all the cars on the street, they look awesome the way they're glowing in the light. This is going to be amazing. Our next screenshot right here, we got another one of Tommy Vercetti walking out of the ocean view. A couple things you want to focus on here, the level of detail on him, and also the level of detail on the weapon. It's actually pretty significant. In the original trilogy, the weapons did not look that great at all. And obviously the neon in the background and the lighting, that looks fantastic. We get sort of a close-up of Tommy right here. We can see that that's what he's going to look like. A lot of people are making fun of this stuff, about how they all look like cartoony and they all look like clay models. That was kind of the style that Rockstar was going for. So you can't look at it with this lens of it needs to look like GTA 5 or even Red Dead Redemption 2. It's going to look like the original trilogy, just sort of with a remastered look. Again, another look of Tommy here in a nice suit. On the motorcycle, again, focus on the vehicles here. I think Rockstar are trying to get you to focus on the vehicles as well. Because they look really good. Same with the weapons, the mini Uzi right there. And I don't know, I think the characters look pretty good. And that's our next screenshot that we're going to look at. It's Tommy and Lance Vance. He looks good too. So I think all like the main characters probably got pretty big facelifts when it comes to how modified they look. Anyone I would say that appears in a cutscene is going to have significant updates. And again, the weapons there, they look a lot better. The weapons looked ridiculous in the original trilogy. So this is fantastic stuff from Rockstar. And then that takes us to GTA San Andreas. And this is our first screenshot right here of CJ and this green vehicle on Grove Street. Again, we want to focus on the buildings here. Look at like the level of detail on the roof, the siding of the house, the road itself, the sun reflecting off the puddles. That's a big detail. CJ himself, although we don't get a big close-up of him right now, we will take a look at that in just a second. And there he is. There is CJ walking in the road. Again, you can see I'm like really impressed with the road detail and the vehicles too. They really do look more modernized. CJ himself looks really good. Same with the AK-47 that he's holding. Although this screenshot in particular, I don't know if Rockstar like fully bug tested them because it looks like this has either like two barrels or like a barrel is sticking through his armpit right now. I don't know if Rockstar noticed that, or maybe it's a glitch that they just couldn't fix by the time the game rolled out or this screenshot was taken. This next one on CJ on the bike with the fire in the background, The fire looks pretty good. It's definitely an improvement, especially if you played original GTA San Andreas. The bikes look awesome. CJ looks great. I'm telling you, they really made the characters look much better. I know people can make fun of them, but if you go back and look at those old games, all of them look like they have mitten hands, and they don't have this in this, which is kind of impressive. We get this next shot right here, firing the gun, doing a drive-by. That was one of the features that they said they improved on, was in particular in GTA San Andreas, was the drive-by. So that's going to be cool. And then, of course, you've got the rest of the gang right here. Big Smoke, Ryder, CJ, and they're all coming out of the house. You can see like the character detail here. It really does look good. I think Rockstar did an incredible job here with the character details. So I know they're going to get a little bit of flack regarding this. And honestly, they're probably in a no-win situation when it comes to the graphics. Some people are going to love them. Other people are going to hate them. So those are all the screenshots that Rockstar showed off. This is, again, on their brand new site where you can check out the trailer, get information about the games, enhancements, the games themselves, GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas, the new screenshots, and the ability to pre-order the game all together for PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. And there's going to be a mobile port coming in 2022. But for now, that is pretty much all the information that I've got for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. I'd love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. After seeing this information and looking at these first screenshots, what do you think of the game now? The Trilogy, the Definitive Edition. Are you more hyped, less hyped, around the same? Let me know what you guys think about that in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition videos that I'll be doing here on my channel when these new games come out. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.